Okay, Carson was just in here talking about how he kind of stays level-headed and just that's kind of who he is because if he goes off or does something, people could react to that. Is that who he is, or does he have a little fire in him, or when have you seen him kind of maybe go off a little bit, maybe practice something like that, and people react?
Yeah, I think he has that fiery side to him. I think that's just like the competitor that he is, but he is very level-headed. Because he's right, especially how it is today. Like if you show some type of emotion, people will take it and run with it. And he does a great job as one of the leaders on the team. It's just trying to stay level-headed and keep everybody on the same page. So, that is true. He's very level-headed.
Malachi, right up here. Having the game on Friday, freed up to watch Texas A&M on Saturday night. What stood out about Texas maybe that was different than you saw the first time you played them?
Yeah, I think when you look at it, their ability to run the ball, that changed, I would say. They looked a lot more physical, still very explosive. When you look at it, they're not the same Texas team that we played before. We're not the same Georgia team, and, they've grown in areas, and so have we, and, we just got to go back to work.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about the value of conference championship games and what they might mean with, the college football playoff. So to get to this point for you guys, what does it mean to play in this game and potentially almost win this game?
Yeah, I think it means a lot, A lot of people question us about how the year is going and what type of team that we have and, our abilities and what we can do. And I think, just being able to get in the game says a lot about who we are. We're willing to take it day by day and, if we take the right steps and when we get there Saturday, we put everything in the bank and we're able to go play our best.
Malachi, when you say you're not the same Georgia team, in what ways do you think you're different than the last time y'all played Texas?
Yeah, I think when you look at it, we've been battle tested for sure. We've kind of figured out, what our strengths and our weaknesses are. We're just trying to hone in on those and, just get better day by day, take the steps that we need to take to be able to be the best team that we can be.
Okay, with that Texas receiving core, what did you learn from that first matchup just about what they're good at and the challenge they're going to present on Saturday?
Yeah, very explosive. Like I said the first time we had met up with them, very explosive. The fact that they have two quarterbacks who are very knowledgeable, and they can both hurt you with the run or the pass with their legs. I think that's huge, and just having a group like that he can, have an escape to. No matter what receiver it is, I think that's huge for him, and we just all got to be on the same page.
Malachi, on defense, are you as confused about the inconsistency as everybody else is? I mean, you probably watched the Texas tape and oh, that was really good, and then things like UMass, first half Alabama, you pick a different game. Do you have any reason it's been so inconsistent?
I think it's just, wanting to start out fast and just be on the same page, play as a unit. I think sometimes when you look at it, guys, we just need to all be on the same page instead of going out there and, not playing as individuals instead of playing as an 11, whole group. And I think that's the biggest thing is, when we're all connected, we're all on the same page, we're doing things really good, and when we're not doing things so good. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, to follow up on that a little bit, Kirby said, it seems like if there's one mistake on a drive on defense, it has been hard at times for this group to come back from it. Just how do you, figure out that resiliency within a drive, especially against a Texas team who's going to make some plays on offense?
Yeah, I think just kind of knowing that we've been in that position before, throughout this year and, in the past, and just leaning on each other. When things get hard, not pointing the fingers, not complaining, coming together as a group and figuring it out and trying to move on to the next play, because, you can either let the play affect the next one or you can move on from it. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Julian Humphrey announces after the last game that he's entering the transfer portal. I assume that means he's gone. Does that tick you off?
It's crazy timing, I'd say. It's a weird situation, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I can speak on. So I wish him the best of luck, and I'm just ready to go back to work.
Malachi, you came here a couple years ago, won a national championship. You guys went unbeaten in the regular season last year. This year's been a little bit different to get to where you guys are. How would you describe kind of, where this team is now, given what you've had to get, gone through this year?
Yeah, I think we're in the perfect spot, I wouldn't change a thing about the season. I think we've learned about a lot of our team, and it's brought us to where we are today. And I think, all the ups and downs that we had through the season is going to help us at the end of the year, and I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's one thing I really liked about Georgia football is, like, you end up playing your best ball at the end of the season. I know, like, we say that a lot, and, a lot of people hear that, but we really do believe in that, and we think that's true, so.
Malachi, for you personally, you've been asked to do a lot of different things this season, and you've got a lot of youthful guys around you. Can you just talk about the challenge that's presented and how that's helped you grow as a player?
Yeah, I think just kind of thinking back when I was a freshman, and the guys that are around me and, coming in, they just won a natty, and I was a freshman coming in, and, I was the young guy around a few older people, and they were trying to help me figure out the way, and they were asked to do a bunch of things. And, I just kind of went back and leaned on that, on the Chris Smiths and then the Dan Jackson who helped me when I was here. And I was just trying to take that step approach to the thing. And really just, I wasn't trying to be anything but myself. I was trying to lead the way that I like to lead. And, I think that was the best way. Everybody has different ways of leading, but I wanted to do it my way. And, I think the guys followed me in that direction. And we learn on a daily basis with each other, nobody's ever right. And I think, they've given me the room to grow and, follow me, and I've done the same with them. So.
Can you tell us what you've seen from Ellis Robinson and DeMello?
Yeah, man, they compete. They really do. Just two young guys coming in and learning the system. It's hard here. It really is, and just to see how they work and they compete, they really want to learn. You can tell in the meeting room, you see them taking notes, you see them asking questions, kind of like sponges, they just want to learn information, and I think that's just such a good sign to see when you're so young and you come in and, things probably may not go your way, or, like, you may not get on the field right away, but just to see them kind of, keep going at it, I think that's huge.
Malachi, in 3 years you played with Dan Jackson. What's been the biggest impact he's had on you?
Yeah, I think Dan's energy is probably the biggest thing. Me and Dan kind of feed off each other. And when I'm down, he picks me up, and when he's down, I pick him up. And it's just, he's been in this thing for a while, and just his experience and his leadership as well. I still lean on him, and he leans on me to this day. And I just think it's huge, and that connection that we have, just in that back part of the field. Like, I'm able to know what he's going to do, and I don't even got to look at him, that type deal. And I think that's huge, and I think a bunch of guys, just kind of realize what type of player he is and what type of leader he is, and, he's easy to follow for sure.
Malachi, y'all's defensive line had a big test against Georgia Tech, not having Christian Miller. Just what did you think of the job they did up front in that game? Yeah,
I think they did a good job. I think you look at the plays and there were some explosives here and there, and whatever the case may be. But I think we asked guys to step up, and guys stepped up, and I think that's the biggest thing. You never know when your number is going to be called, so you work while you wait. So when your number is called, you're ready.
You guys got Roderick Robinson back on the offensive side of the ball this week. We haven't seen a ton of him on the field, but what have you seen from him in practice and his time since he came into the program? What does he bring?
Yeah, I think his improvement from his freshman year to now, and I know he hasn't been on the field that much, but just like the fall the camp he was having, man, guy's a freak. I mean, 240 and he's moving. I don't even know what his body fat is, but it's really low. But I mean, he's going to be a great athlete, and I'm excited to see him get back on the field and go out there and compete because I know he misses it. And it was good seeing him to get out there and get a few plays.